Live stream buddy. Is this card for you? I don't know. I just had an inkling and thought maybe I'll pull a card and maybe someone will see it and think, holy cow, that's for this person. But I don't know. This card happens to be number 12. It says slow and steady. So maybe it is for you. Let's see. I am a firm believer that anything I need to know will come to me. So, oh, where did it go? Oh no, where's the chat? Got some new digs here, and there we go. Did I shuffle it? Yes, I did. I did. Like a good shuffle, not like on the table where you just mix it all up. So, is this card for you? This was a jumper. As I was shuffling, it flew out, and it is number 12. It is slow and steady. And it was upright. So, slow and steady wins the race, as the old adage says. Remember the old cliche, slow and steady wins the race? This is a time for easy movement, no toilet jokes, unhurried steps, and a steady heart. Trust that taking life at a more leisurely pace will give you greater access to your dreams. Slowing down allows more contact with the juicier elements of your life. Savor them. Are you skipping over stuff? Are you missing out on things? Kind of like I am right now. I don't know where my chat is here. I wanted to be able to see it, but my new phone, wow, that's bright. Let's see here. I want to see them. Show it. It flashes up and then it disappears. Nope. What am I doing here? All right. Let's see. I don't know. Someone type something. Please. This is high tech. High tech phone holding. All right. Yeah, okay, there you are. There's something else, and then it disappears. All right, this calls for serious. Yeah, something's watching. I don't know. You guys have a question? Anything fascinating you that you are needing an outcome answer about? General things. I watched a card reading the other night, and I actually wanted to ask a question, like on behalf of myself, because I may or may not be a little attached to the outcomes, so I didn't want to sully it with my own tinkering. And it was like 50 minutes later. Oh yeah, let me get around to it. And I'd already left. Like I had ate dinner and done dishes and walked the dogs, and yeah, so there's that. I will immediately pull a card from the Enchanted Map Oracle deck. If you have any queries, that's what I'm here to do. Failing that, hopefully everyone is doing well and enjoying the moments of their life, like in slow motion, so we can take it all in, the juicy moments, as it were. I don't know. What should I do? Keep going? End it? Make you wait 50 minutes for an answer? I would never do that. I would never do that. Welcome. If you have a question, I will answer to the best of my ability, as I always do, as if it were for me. Unless, it's one of those questions I really, really want to You don't have any questions? Do you want to ask me about something in the theatrical world of politics, or what the year ahead has to hold, or what else? Something wants out. Year ahead? Something wants... Ooh, do you? I didn't. Was it the same one? No? My apologies. It's not like me to be scatterbrained. Well, if you remember what it was, even the number or like the picture or the gist of it, I could definitely go back. I feel like it was a repeat, and that's why I just kind of laughed it off. And maybe I recognized it because I was the one physically holding it in my hand, but I don't know. Impromptu. Hi, Vicky. All right. Well, you know what? Stuff got busy when I was shuffling and I mentioned the year ahead. So until Chris comes back and I can finish reading the card that he had, then I will pull a card for 2026. Do we even want to know? Do we even want to know what 2026 holds? Any guesses? All right, I don't know. Let's do this. There it is. Encouragement. 54. 9. Completion. I think half of it is just, I'm here, and if someone wants some discernment or wants some answers, just the fact that I'm available, I hope, is of service to someone. So, 54, encouragement. You are receiving a nudge in the right direction. I don't know, this was just a general card for the year ahead, so... I don't know who it's for, though. Like, is it for good people? Is it for me? Is it for anyone who is watching, which currently happens to be 0? Oh, there we go. Yeah, thanks, Vicky. So yeah, 54. Let's just say whatever, because we know you. Yeah, sorry, it just says 0, and I know it's wrong because I'm looking at 2 people chatting in the chat. So thank you for being here. This is way stupider if there is nobody here. An ode to nobody. All right, the year ahead. Whatever you take from it, awesome. This card tells you that you're being gently encouraged to step into your power, into the dream of your life. Maybe everyone who's listening to this has the same outcome. Maybe we've just had a lot of crap piled on in the last year or two, and it just feels heavy and like time to put it down, and it's kind of falling apart anyways. And we're still here. You still got 2 feet and a heartbeat. We'll see. I don't know. New things out there. What? Okay, now I'm having like an English teacher problem here. This card tells you that you're being gently encouraged to step into your power, into the dream of your life. New things are out there to be explored, comma, and the nurturing power of the universe is giving you a nudge in the right direction. You will get the help you need and won't be alone in your quest. Every step you take right now is supported by the wisdom of the universe. You are on the right path. Keep going. Okay, so anyone of like mind, and when I say that, if you haven't noticed, it's a bit of a shit show out there lately. So I try not to immerse myself in it because it's a distraction, and a lot of people are arguing over nonsense. 45 upside down, pretty sure. I will check into that, sir. Was it really? Oh, maybe. Okay, yeah. Let me finish my thought there. So let's say anyone noticing that the world is a shit show. I mean, you can notice it as much as you want, but you already know that that's not you. That's not who we are. That's not meant for us. That's like the circus, right? Just ignore it and focus on your own intentions and know that I think that's just the simplicity of this life. You know, when you have your intentions set on something, all of this construct wills itself to help you pull that together. So if you're out there, if you're like me, if that makes sense to you, just keep doing what you're doing. If things fall apart around you, it probably wasn't meant to be. Probably doesn't serve you in your service to serving. I don't know. What else? Yeah, ignore the circus. Reversed 45. Was that what that was? I mean, I've shuffled amply. Do you think you're in the same circumstances as that point? Was it that? Why am I sad? Why is like sad embrace? Okay. Then maybe it wasn't the same card, and that's why I'm not recognizing it now. And that's sad embrace. So again, 45 is 9 is end beginning, right? So, but reversed, it says, are you suffering over your suffering? I remember reading these words to you. Do you feel that life is treating you unfairly and that you've been robbed or deprived of what you're entitled to? Do you long for a love that eludes you or the success that has been bestowed upon others? Righteous anger and a sense of entitlement lead to a trap of ego. I don't see you as angry, though. So it continues on to say your suffering and loss will pass if you let them, which would indicate like attachment. If there's any work on attachment, like, you know, it all comes back to, no, I don't get that from you at all. So it's like a circle, right? Assuming you recognize a creator, and assuming that you see that creator as benevolent, and assuming that you understand some of the minimal laws of living in this weirdo place, like your vibrations and thoughts and intentions. It's like there's two of us in here, right? There, like in each person, there's this is what I do every day to be in my day and get through my day. And then there's the quiet part that just knows, like, okay, I know, like, look how old I am. I've been in lots of situations where I had no idea what was going to happen or how I was going to get out of it or where I would end up. And something always provides, right? But in the moment, the what do I have to do person inside forgets that, oh yeah, I trust in this benevolent creator who has never let me down, because ta-da, you know, I'm not that 9-year-old kid like lost in the woods anymore, right? I'm the fill in the blank old kid lost in Babylon, but that's a different story, you know? Something always is there to provide and get you through. So if there's an attachment that maybe is fear, obviously, because when we don't let go of things, it's because we don't know what's going to happen, and that makes us feel fearful. So perception, it's your perception of how you see things, right? When you can end up in a situation that is maybe something that you would deem unideal, but then like left brain your way through it. Like it's a puzzle. How could I see this horseshit scenario as something positive? For example, a person who's, you know, grinding your gears or something at work or wherever, and it's just like so difficult, and ideally you would want to get rid of them, but they're there and you keep putting up with it. But over time you learn how to maybe bite your tongue, or use your words in a Spartan way, like very few words with much gusto. Maybe that, so you could say, well, as annoying as that is, wow, life, thank you for providing me such a efficient learning tool. Right now it's flipped out of fear and into gratitude. That's hard to do on the fly. I mean, you saw how hard it was for me to put it together. It's not even happening to me, but yeah, like when hard things are harding, it's difficult to see them as perfect or on time or beneficial. So if there's a way that kind of makes sense into whatever you're dealing with, using the calculator to find a way to observe something that initially you would find as unideal, but find a way to see it as beneficial, or in some way that you can breathe gratitude into it. I don't know if that's helpful or not, because I know it's not anger. And so they mention a victim stance, which to me, again, underlines past, right? Because in the moment, you're just surviving. You don't become a victim until you're telling the story, which means there's something that happened, and that might be something that you need to find a way to view it in a way that it's positive, or something that you can breathe gratitude into. And when you shift out of that, then like after you learn a new perspective, then other things come into focus as well. It's saying embrace the sadness, so that it may dissipate naturally in time. Yeah, so there's a process involved. If there's anything that you're kind of latched onto from the past that is the struggle point to move forward, spend some time using the calculatrice to reframe it in a way where you can breathe gratitude into it, because then you can see through new eyes, and moving forward, other things will now be in a focus that's meant for you to see in. Does that make sense? That's kind of how this wants to tie together here in my brain. Trials and tribulations build character, which is its own gift. Find something to... I swear I didn't read this. Find something to be grateful for. And take responsibility for your part in all matters. However painful it may be to sit with your sadness, remember that you are loved and will not be left adrift forever. Faith. Sorry, this is just international. That guy. The guy. So have faith. If it's hard, just know. Look how far you made it, right? Nothing ever let you down, really. Again, if you're on this side of the earth and you got 2 feet and a heartbeat, let her rip. So yeah, find something to be grateful for and have faith. So again, you're not a victim. New perspective. If you feel like this, know that you're not. Therefore, the calculation is find a new perspective. Okay? And it's okay to be disappointed for now, but know that someday you'll look back and see great value in this experience. That's what I'm saying. I'm taking that from my experiences in the past where I have flourished somehow despite the unideal situations, and I'm using them now to help in another situation. That's exactly what it's saying to do. So yeah, I don't know if that knocks it out of the park for you, but you know what, I like this new phone. I can do horizontal streams, which is cool. But my chat is invisible, so I don't know where you guys are or what you're saying or what I'm missing. Top? What is that? Okay. No, not that. Viewing options. I don't know. Whatever. I'll just have to pay attention. Boom, someone wrote something. We're here. Okay, caught up. Yeah, so there's at least 4 people there. If anyone would like to have some insight, this is not a tarot deck. This is a... I have to exit out of the live chat and reopen it. Yeah, I know. I got the workhorse iPhone, but yeah, I don't know, like I see the bubble come in when you guys type and hit enter, and then it goes up one, and then as the next one, and what you told me, make sure it's on all messages and just not top messages. Yeah, no, it's there. It's just fades. It fades. So yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. Maybe I'll do a test stream. So once you type it, I can't see. So if I miss something, badger away if you need it to be heard, because then hopefully I'll see it. So yeah, don't be afraid to reiterate. And I do have it on all messages. Live chat. There you go. Yeah. I just wish it would stay there though. Okay, hopefully. Nope. All right. So yeah, as I was saying, this is not a tarot deck. This is an oracle deck. I'm too impatient to learn all of the houses and swords and tarot, because let's face it, most of it is coming in anyways. So, yeah, it fades. No, our chat will not fade away. No, our chat will not fade away. Yeah, it faded. So, these I just find there's an element of chance when they're coming, but you know, it's a trust, right? It's a trust. I really do believe everything I need to know will come to me, and thereby, in extension, you. So if there's, again, this is like the opposite. This is like the parallel universe to the guy who was tarot reading last night when I had a really like banging question. I really wanted it answered. And then he didn't, and then he showed some video of him doing stand-up or something, and then I don't know what happened. I had dinner and gave up, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, my apologies for leaving, but I had stuff to do. What was the question? I was a little more invisible when I was in the chat of this card reader's YouTube, right? Now, this is directly associated to my channel, so I'm going to be very vague. I'm going to leave out the main geography of where this takes place, but there has been a person who has been maybe mishandling the daily operations of something, and it's been affecting a lot of people maybe under that person. And I know that some people have complained about that person, and that some more are going to. And my intention is for, you know, everybody to ideally communicate and get along and learn and grow and be better versions of ourselves. But unfortunately, not everyone thinks like me, and there's some gunning for blood. I mean, if you guys want to type it in the chat, Chris, if you want to tell Vicky what you think is happening. So I wanted to know what the outcome of that. Hello. Salama Witana. I hope I'm saying that right. Hello. Welcome. I was just explaining. Yes, you absolutely may. 100%. So I wanted to know the outcome of what's going to happen, because it affects many people, and there are many people who are not happy about it. So, but I didn't get an answer. And you know what? At the end of the day, it is what it is, right? It's easier to be water and go with the flow. Where am I? So, Chris, I hope that helped you. Now, Salama, I hope I'm saying that right. I again, my disappearing chat. Salama, yes, may have a reading on job opportunities in the coming month, as I have been jobless since October. Okay. Yeah, I will absolutely pull a card for that. Job opportunities. Okay, I'm going in blind. I'm not going to ask you any questions. We'll see what happens here. Oh, geez, look at this. I see it. This card is 39. Okay, 3, 9. That's sacred numbers. 9, 10, 11, 12 comes back to 3. So, not going to touch on the numerology in that, because I'm not big on numerology, but this particular card is protecting treasure. It's very interesting to look at. So I'm going to leave it up, because, and that's half of what I want to do. We all have the ability to intuit, and sometimes it's the frequency or vibration near you that helps you feel what you should be noticing, or you know, it helps facilitate. So if I'm using my intentions to snoop around into this situation, I want you to use your intentions to feel like this card has a message in itself for you. Just the imagery, like, what does that shining diamond mean to you? What do the mushrooms mean? I know they mean quite a few things depending on who's taking them. I mean, talking about them. the umbrella, the rain, the treasure box, okay? Where they're all sitting can speak in a language that only you will be able to intuit. So I'm going to leave that there as best as I can while I read this for you, Salama, okay? And if you have any insight or want to ask a question about what you're looking at, please put it in the chat, all right? And it was upright as well. When it's reversed, I receive it upside down, and there's two meanings. There's an upright position and a reversed position, but yours was in the upright position, okay? I'm going to tell you everything I know as if it was my own self asking for insight, okay? That I guarantee you, that's a promise. I'm looking wherever the camera is, I'm looking you right in the face, in the spirit, and I promise you I will honor this to the best of my ability. And that's usually why I do such good card readings. And because if I can't and it's dry or it's not coming through, I just won't. I'm not going to bullshit, okay? I'm going to shoot straight here. So, protecting treasure. Although this is a time of great risk, because if you haven't worked since October, maybe that's exactly what this is talking about. Because people who are rich don't generally give a shit whether they have a job or not. So I'm assuming you don't have a load of cabbage stashed away and maybe the funds are getting a little tight. Although this is a time of great risk, know that at a fundamental level, you are able to move forward safely and securely, okay? So things are jumping out at me here. And it has to do with this, and it has to do with what I just read. I'm going to go read the whole thing and then come back to that specific part, okay? So the proverbial nest egg is safe and sound no matter the fluctuations in the world. Guardian angels and other guides are whispering to you, making you aware of their protective presence. Your loyalty is an important theme now. Nurture that which you hold dear. This is a good time to strengthen bonds of friendship and ensure their integrity. If you feel tested right now, know that a true and loyal heart always achieves its aim. Take refuge under an angel's wing. You are not alone and have no need to fear. Embrace your courage. Okay? So right away, I think you're thinking about money. And right away, you don't need to worry about it, okay? Do not waste 1 second worrying about money. And why? Well, that's easy for you to say. No, because it's directly asking you to seek friendships, maybe repair friendships, maybe just take a walk in the neighborhood and say hello to your neighbor that you've never met, and be available to opportunities or potential, okay? Because this is saying it's there. There's nothing really stopping you from achieving your goals. Sometimes a job or a source of income isn't in the want ads, okay? There are times in my life that whatever was available to me was unsuitable and I was not interested, and I have created positions. It starts with reaching out, asking, hey, how's it going? Da-da-da-da. Oh, you don't say. Well, you know what? It just so happens that I am a very good cook. Slash, I am, a professional childcare worker. I am a seamstress. I am an artist. And you put out the things that you enjoy doing. because astrologically, this is the end of a cycle. Specifically, and Vicky knows about this, it is the year of the fire horse. We're leaving the snake, okay? We're leaving the year of the snake, and we're going into the year of the fire horse. So when you think of a snake, you're shedding old skin. What you don't have to answer this, but I'm asking it so you can ask yourself, what did you do before you were jobless? Was it fulfilling? Was it something you want to do again? Was it something you were just like, I don't really like this, but the money's okay, and I kind of get days off when I need it? Like, was it really something that was floating your boat? Because now is a time more than ever to go inward, right? And think of the word suitable. Suitable is coming, okay? So think of something that's suitable to you. Don't just jump at the first thing. Don't look at what's available and say, well, there's nothing available here, I'm gonna F off to where somewhere there is. You don't have to do that, okay? What I want you to know is that you have talents, okay? And the opportunities available to you are not obvious. So when you go on the job sites or whatever and look online or in the newspaper, I don't know if people still read senior UN. Wow. Okay. That's not like I worked at a gas station. That is some heavy credentials. That is... Can I ask you what sort of vocation you are leaning towards at this point? Because... But in which field, dear? In which field? Maybe I'm going to wait till you answer. Tommy. Well, we're all on Earth, and you're listening, and I'm here, and if you did work for the UN and you can't find work on that level of vocation or that area, development practitioner, you have credentials on paper that are, my only reference point would be like an off-label drug, okay? Like, there's things that aspirin are good for, but there's also things that aspirin are good for. Do you know what I mean? There's medications that are prescribed specifically for this. Jam! But there are the same medication will be very helpful to another thing that it's not generally used for. So your credentials feel to me transferable. Like you could effectively take the credentials that you have, and this is for entertainment purposes only. Please, if this resonates with you, go for it. If it doesn't, this isn't like what you need to do. This isn't even advice. This is just stuff that's occurring to me to spur in you your own sense of what I want to do in you, okay? So, but potentially it sounds to me like you have skills that are transferable. So like your credential land up here, that sounds pretty serious job. What if you overshot something that's more, something in education or like at a school, or, you know, like in a... The sad part is I couldn't even really at this point understand fully what it is you do. So my examples are going to be a little loose, but let me know if you know what I mean, right? Like, for example, in the reverse, one of my first jobs as a kid was housekeeping at a resort. But 10 years later, with more experience, you know, I put that on my resume. When I was working with foster kids, you know, I know how to clean. You know, I have diligent, I have standards in specific areas that could be helpful to people. You know, some people don't know how to clean, but because I had that crappy job when I was 16, trust me, you haven't lived until you've been on your hands and knees on grout scrubbing tiles with Linda saying, "Don't make a career of it. We got 40 more rooms to," like, you learn you learn how to do stuff, and it's always transferable. So you can transfer it up or transfer it down. I feel like I took that lowly job and added it in as another layer of the things that I had eventually accumulated to get to a point where I could get a job that was, you know, more suitable. But you can take the what sounds like amazing credentials that you have and maybe undershoot, secure something a little bit under, not even long term. You know, if the money crunch is tight, get in somewhere, rock their world. Maybe they'll know, oh man, this person is so overqualified, but we are so grateful to have them here that, you know, and that's how the movement of these things takes place, right? If you do nothing, you'll get nothing. If you do something, then the ball rolls, and where it goes, once it's rolling, you can steer it. You can't steer a ball that's not doing anything. So, and that is protecting treasures. Again, it's coming to me now. Maybe you're not willing to, up until this point, settle for less. Maybe the treasure is you. And maybe you worked really friggin' hard to get where you got and secure that job for however long you worked it. And maybe there's a part of you that won't settle a little bit and trust in this construct to provide. Because sometimes you have to take a step back. So yesterday I'm in the bush walking the dogs. All the good sticks now are in the deep snow, but you know, my dog's cute and he wanted one. So I have huge winter boots that I stomped down to try and make a path, but I went right up to my thigh, and I was effectively stuck there. And I couldn't, because I had my left leg still where I walked off of, and I was like, oh no. And it occurred to me, I'm never gonna get out of here unless I go in deeper. So I couldn't get my leg out, so I flung the other one in, went also, but crushed the snow down enough where I didn't sink all the way in, and I was able to grab the fence and hoist the stuck leg out. So maybe you're at a point where you are and what you're holding on to is going to keep you stuck there. So if you are more go with the water, where's there an opportunity that's even generally in the area where you want to be, take it, land on that spot, plan ahead, you know. So there's still more here. I'm just really grateful that you asked such a cool question, and we got such a this flew out like the second. So where was I? Yeah, it's saying that you're not at risk. Okay, so even if you have to take a pay cut for a while, you're going to sustain yourself, and things will come in. When we let go of things, energetically, we create a space for more things to come in, okay? So I had a friend who was hard up against it, like really, really broke and looking after kids. And I always thought this was very beautiful of her. And once a week, I mean, they could be eating noodles and carrots, you know what I mean, to live. But she would, one way or another, find a way on her dining room table, a bouquet of flowers. Always had it there. And I thought, what are you, nuts? It's time to call the hut. You can get you can get some crispy bread for the Nope. Always made sure they were there because that's what she always did when she was flush. Okay. And the money that she spent on those flowers made room, proverbially, in her wallet for more money to come. Okay. And it was a long haul and it was a struggle, but the whole time she was okay. And she came out the other side of it, right? So think of it like that. Think of going a little deeper in the snow to grab the fence, or, you know, eat your dirty ramen noodles while you're staring at a beautiful bouquet of flowers, and just know that one day there'll be more flowers because there's more room in your wallet. Think of it like that, right? Maybe take a little bit, stop protecting. Like, yes, you did a lot of stuff to get where you are, but maybe you're just not letting go and not willing to just let life fluctuate a bit for you, right? Think of it as a pendulum, right? Or when you're on a swing as a kid, you don't just get on the swing and start swinging. You got to build up to it, and eventually you're in Yahoo land, right? Think of it like that. And it's saying that you're guided and you're protected. So your loyalty to yourself, I think, is part of the theme. Because it says your loyalty is an important theme now, okay? Nurture what you hold dear. It's a good time to strengthen bonds of friendship and ensure their integrity. If you feel tested right now, know that a true and loyal heart always achieves its aim. Take refuge under an angel's wing. You are not alone and have no need to fear. Embrace your courage. Again, I'm seeing you go back and talk to strangers. Inject yourself into areas of life where friends, old friends, maybe you have to repair a friendship, because it's a circle, right? 369. Everything comes back to those numbers. They're quite magical. So I see you networking with peers. Maybe there's some people at your old job you can discreetly contact, and perhaps they have a lead for you. Do you have any questions about what I've said so far, or do you want some more insight? Do you have, like, do you want to know something else? Like, go deeper into the question, or where are you at? Where are you at? Are you good? I'm good. Maybe, yeah, like it always looks different when it's happening, right? Because, oh, it's my absolute pleasure. I want to remain in service to people because we're all connected to God. I want to live here in service to my Creator while I create as benevolently and gently as I can. That's what I want to do. So thank you. I'll tell you though, in 2021 or 22, I don't know when those shots came in, and everyone was like, oh, and I said to my boss at the time, I was like, I don't know, I'm not taking it. I'll let you girls take it and see what happens to you. Ha, right? We had a laugh, and next thing you know, I'm getting a letter saying that if I don't have this sludge in my arm by October or November or whatever garbage timeline they gave us, that I would no longer be allowed to work my job. And that really messed me up because I was not sick. I was healthy, and at the time it arrested my entire existence. I love my job, you know, I take it very seriously. Soups, what's up, Soups? So glad you're here. Thank you. And it felt at the time like, what am I going to do forever? Oh no. And then it was like, in retrospect, 4 months. What did I do? I put up a dog walking sign and a ukulele lesson sign, and I dog walked and ukulele lessoned for 4 months. And lo and behold, look who's allowed to work again. Zing. And that huge problem at the time now just, so perspective is everything, right? So, hi, Brian. Thank you so much for coming in, guys. I'm so happy you all made it. If anyone has a question, that's what I'm here to do tonight. I just had like, it doesn't have to be super personal. It could be like something nosy, like, oh, I think someone I know got me a present. Tell me more about what I can expect. I don't know. Like, let's have fun. Intuition has no rules. Jam, you get a question? I can't do it. I can't. I could do a whole stream where you guys laugh at me for trying to do like an Aussie accent. I know how to say D-keyed. That's about it. You D-keyed? I want to ask what works for parasite cleansing. Well, for a starter, hold that thought. Enjoy my collection of scarves while I go get you something. Hold on. Did somebody say home remedies? Okay. All right. Right off the top, commercially and anciently, you have, it's a triple effect, okay? It's a black walnut complex. It is combined with wormwood and clove, okay? Calendula, ginger, quassia, reishi, and a couple other things. I don't even think they're probably just in there for smell or something. I don't know. But this bad boy will absolutely, I think if you take like a whole bottle like this, not at once, as directed, it will run the course. Now, this particular brand has like a slow release. So yeah, and it was a traditional herbal medicine as vermifuges. So they expel intestinal worms, okay? Calendula is traditionally used in herbal medicine to help relieve inflammatory conditions of the digestive system. Ginger is traditionally used in herbal medicine to help relieve digestive upset, disturbances including lack of appetite, nausea, digestive spasms, indigestion, dyspepsia, and flatulent colic. That's science for farts. Ginger is traditionally used in herbal medicine as expectorants. That's going to get stuff out of you. Couldn't read the name brand, I'll tell you in a sec. And antitussives to help relieve bronchitis as well as coughs and colds. So all around good, but this one is CanPrev. Now, I don't know if that's because it's from Canada, where I'm from, but I bet you $5 you go into your local hippie store and say the black walnut 3 thing. That's what they're going to give you, okay? Now, on a secondary level, most people use this for, I didn't know what it was because I'm a country girl, but my friend was living in the city and she's like, oh, we got the roaches. I need to get the chalk. I'm like, okay. So anyways, long story short, diatomaceous earth is stuff that will break down the exoskeletons of like ants, roaches, any bug, slugs. Not pretty. It's like microscopic glass. Okay, so imagine trying to break into Candyland and some jerk left like 10-foot piles of shards of glass. Maybe you'd try to go over it and get into Candyland, but you probably would just give up and or die trying. So that's what this does on like pest, ants. Ants, you can put the fleas, ticks, you can put this right into your dog. The only caveat emptor for diatomaceous earth is that you don't want to breathe it in, okay, because it's hard on the lungs. But if you get some in there, no, I'm just kidding. There's actually some really good blends out for lung protection as well that you can get. Well, I loved that game. There's a reason why I used that in my little example, because kind of still live in Candyland. But anyways, this will smash anything in your garden or pest-wise. But guess what else? If you take, this came from my counter in my kitchen, and 1 or 2 tablespoons bop in like a pint glass of I use warm water and orange juice because it's kind of chalky tasting. But if you slap back one of those a day, it's going to be like a pre-care for your insides. Also, like really, my hair is thin, but it makes your hair and nails really bitchin'. Like it. It's the closest thing I'm gonna get to, you know, Hollywood hair. But anyways, I did notice my hair just looked lighter and shinier and like a little more full after I started drinking it. Clove. Okay, clove. Little secret, I had, because I work in a school, I had contracted a parasite from the kids, and it took me months to get rid of. It was hell. So this used topically, depending on what you're dealing with, can be used if it's diluted in like coconut oil, which is also like antibacterial and good for skin conditions. But when I went back to work and I was like, oh my God, and the kids, there was like kids and they're like, I think I have that. And I'm like, oh my God. So I would take this into my work. Beep, beep, beep. This works really good for like, this will kill eggs, anything larvae. It gets rid of it. It's a great antiseptic. When I worked in the hippie store, I would pour lavender oil and clove oil in the mop bucket for the floors, and it gives off a really, really nice smell. So when I was cleaning the classroom and I was like basically not touching anything, and I was like secretly resenting, I'm like, which one of these little bastards is and the parents would come in and they'd be like, oh my God, it smells so nice in here. Do you do this for the holidays? And I'm so it has a really pleasant smell as well, so you can get away with using it. You can use it for science, but tell people it's for smell. But I'm not a liar. I really can't. I would just tell them, like, no, it's a good cleaner. I'm cleaning. It's true. It works great. What else for parasites? Not to get controversial, but ivermectin and fenbendazole, Remember what I was saying about off-label use? That's what it is. It's prescribed for one thing, but very, very helpful in other areas. Stuff's going down in headquarters. I don't know what it is. I guess maybe Roger's going live soon. Yeah, this is not medical advice. This is testimony from my own experiences, because I know you all care and are interested in my dorky little life. So that's the only reason I'm saying it right now, is just to talk about me and all the, you know, good luck I've had from all these home remedies, and, you know, not recommend them. I don't know. Anyways, what else is new? What else you got? What else you want to know? What else was I thinking? Parasites. Oh, yes, definitely. Now, I think you're right, Chris. Now, Hulda Rager Clark. Anybody? Bueller? This beautiful lady was a biological doctor, and her son was an electrician. Where do you think I'm going with this? Chris, where do you think I'm going with this? I'll tell you exactly where I'm going. Hulda Rager Clark learned that you can basically, any ailment that you may have is attached to some form of parasite and or imbalance from your own frequency. Someone who's always angry or always sad or always afraid, okay? That is going to mess with you and make everything function out of whack, okay? And maybe that's what creates the little portals for parasites to set up shop. I don't know. But this woman understood that electric frequency would annihilate pretty much any parasite that could reside within your body, because they operated at a level that was contained within the alternating current frequency. Like, so the thing we plug in, right? You have direct current and then you have alternating current, and it's like a flap, like spectrum, down, up, down, and every point along the way is a different output. Chris, am I doing right? Does that sound accurate? Assuming I'm right. So she created a device called a zapper, okay? Hulda Rager Clark, yes. I was talking about alternating current and how when it's implemented, it covers a spectrum of, like, it operates on like a flap, I'm assuming, I think is what I'm remembering, and every, from start to finish within that flap, bum, 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 yeah, on, off. But also there's like a, not a voltage, a frequency. You can, like, if you could pause it mid, that would be one. Okay, my homies have it here. So I'm at least not talking total shit. But anyways, and I know this only on a rudimentary level because my dad was building these machines, because he was actually a small engine repair mechanic, but he had his electrician's, Roger, if you don't know me by now, you will never, never, never know me. Ooh, you decide. So what my dad did was he would buy a doorbell transformer from Home Hardware or wherever, Lowe's or whatever you guys got rocking down there. Doorbell transformer, $13, okay? Comes with two little boomba boombas that would obviously connect to the that you push, but no. You don't. You do them separately, Okay. And then you hardwire like an old extension cord with a ground, so that you can plug it into the wall effectively into the alternating current. And from, this is for entertainment purposes only, from the output, not, forgive me, again, rudimentary understanding, but the two wires that would come out would run with alligator clips onto copper pipes, okay? And that was saucy. That was salty. So my dad would take a little piece of cloth, wet it under the sink, and wrap it around the copper, and it would make more of a direct contact, so that when you grabbed on, it wasn't like zing zong. It was just like a okay. Now there's literature that so if you were anything chestular or throatular, you would lefty righty, right? Because it's running, it's creating. Yeah, you can't do this or you'll blow up the whole thing. And my table had metal outline around it, and you can't set them on that. I've built 3 of these Mama Jammas just from figuring out the hard way. It's, think of like boosting a car, right? You just nary the twain shall meet, or problems for everyone. You can use that. But anyways, yes, listen, okay, so plugged in, doorbell transformer, 2 leads out, alligator clips onto copper, softened with a wet cloth. Now, do you have an hour to get rid of any disease you may have? Because that's pretty much all it takes. Okay, now there are irreparable conditions that doing this won't bring back. You would have to then consult other traditional healings to maybe repair the damage. But anything fresh or new and in its infancy, she called it the zapper, okay? Subsequently, some thugs went into her office, smashy, and she fled for her life to Quebec. Eldormont en Quebec, Canada, ici. Yeah, she moved to Quebec because they smashed up all her shit. So you know that's got to stand for something. If you know, you know, right? Do you have an hour? Because what you do is, let's say, okay, so then if you had a condition in your like lower nether yaya regions, you would consider using your feet. You would put your feet on them. Then it would go up through your legs, come through your lower abdomen and areas, and back out the foot. Okay, so depending, you could run from left foot to right arm. Okay, 7 minutes. Was it 7? How did that work? There's 60 minutes in an hour, and there was 3 sessions of 7 on, 7 off. But I'm gonna have to, I'm in the flow, so I'll come back and maybe well, if it's just your left foot, Rod, you might be able to get away with like soaking in salt. But let me finish this thought, okay? Because how did that work? Was it 10 minutes? No, it's 7 minutes. Okay, there's 7 minutes. And then, so 3 times 7 is 21. That leaves 40 minutes after out of the whole hour. And was it like 17? No. Anyways, it was 7 minutes. And then it took an hour. So the math is there. I'm just not clicking it in right now. But I can't fix a book and a movie. Basically, the first 7 minutes shocks the piss out of everything. They're just like, oh my God, what's happening? And chaos. And then, but there's some crafty ones that are like seasoned parasites, and they know how to like hide in your lymph and shit. And so they'll be like, oh, this isn't good. And so the first 7 minute zap just disrupts everything. Okay. So it kills off a slew of things. It puts the fear of God into some of them, and then the real crafty ones hide, okay? Then you wait. Was it 10 minutes? 10, 20, 30 plus. No, that's still shy. Anyways, simple math. Why do you elude me? Then you wait X. We haven't determined X yet in this simple equation. And then you zap it again for 7 minutes, okay? Now, because they're recovering, they're slower, they are Hamilton, 7 on, 10 off. Soups, thanks, bloody God. Thank you. That's what I thought it was. So the second zap, now they're slower, they're, not well, they're easier to kill. You get them again, right? And then by the end of the third one, it's just like whatever's left is just garbage at the end of the concert. It's just swept up and shoved out. You can do that once and just trust in God, or you can maybe do it a week just to make sure. Like I said, there are some instances where the lymph nodes, the lymph system is a place where it's not penetrable by that, so they'll hide out there. But I'll tell you this. My dad had a friend who, she worked in an office, and he was delivering parts because he lost his arm and couldn't do his mechanics anymore. So he was getting old and just drove around and shot the shit and delivered car parts. It was the job of his dreams, apparently. And this nice lady there, and they got talking, and, oh, John, guess what? Well, you won't see me next week. I'm getting ready to have surgery. Oh, well, what would that be? Well, this poor dear had a lump in her breast, and the doctors were preparing to remove it. And my dad was like, no, 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 no. Zap. So he built her one of these zappers and told her the 7 on, 10 off. Thank you again for that, Soups. And this lady was so like, whatever, and just did it thinking, okay, well, I've got nothing left to lose. Did it for a week or whatever, like the hour a day. And then I guess she had an appointment to go in for like a pre-op where they, give it a squeeze and a measure, and maybe, I don't mean to make light of it. I'm sorry. Boobs are hilarious. Anyways. So when she went to her pre-op appointment, the doctor was like, what happened? What happened? What's happening? Where's the thing? Where's that thing we're supposed to take out? Where did it go? And it just wasn't there. So, static. Please tell me what that is. Is it static on my behalf? Because this is a brand new rig. It should be cool on my end. But anyways, zappers will kill parasites too, Soups, if you want to get invested into that without messing around. That woman is rocking 2 puppies still because of that thing. So, now then, I don't know what time it is. I don't really know what's happening. If Raj, are you going live? Is stuff happening? Oh, static cling. That's good. That's good for you. That's like free zapping. That's like, let it. If not, just maybe humidify. Get a humidifier. But if the static discharge is in your hands or your feet, that's actually good for you, sir. So, but if it is a problem, then just humidify and it'll make it harder to do. D-man. I am so honored. There are so many wonderful, beautiful people here tonight for my complete and total nonsense. I feel so lucky. Yeah, salt lamps. Salt lamp. Anyways. Salt lamps. Yes. Depends. Depends on who you're smooching. Music Fest. After Heron's done, I'm coming to the music festival. What are you talking about? I'm out of here. All right. I thank you. Chris, I hope that wrapped up any lingering leftoverness from last one. I am not feeling good beauty. I'm pissed off today. Everybody was crap. I had to deal trying to unwind. This is a message for them. Okay? You tell them Christine said. What other people think is none of your business. So, there's that. D-Man, that sucks. I've been there. I know what that's like. But you're still wonderful. And you're still here. So, thank you all. Yeah. Fire! What's that, Marley tune? Me no know how we and them gonna work this out. No, we don't know. I don't know. But you can. You can work it out. Even if you don't know how, you can work it out. I will race you guys over to Rogers Music Fest. But before I do that, I'm just going to say thank you again. Salama, I don't know if you're still here. I hope that helped you, and good luck in your endeavors. And I want everyone to be well and be merry. Yeah. 6 more weeks till spring. Okay, bye.